This is a video about 4 years of ownership of my ZL1. I just made 4 years on the car. And I just wanted to go over what I've enjoyed with the car, what I've disliked about the car, and do I plan on selling it or not. First, I'm going to go through a wash. I'm not going to show you guys that, I can't even bother, but I'm going to go wash the car, clean it all up, and then when I'm done with that, we will have that conversation. 4 years of ownership. It's hard to believe I've had this ZL1 for 4 years. I've thought about selling it multiple times, but I just like it too much. It's one of those cars that is not extremely digital, maybe. It's more of an analog type of car. It does have some performance enhancements, programming control and things like that, launch control and all that. But as a car in whole, there isn't a lot of electronics in this car. It is very mechanical, and it's raw. It gives you that raw effect. I drove one of the new ZL1s, and I'd say they're more digital. And it just doesn't seem worth it to me to get rid of this car to buy one of those. These cars right now, you can pick them up for mid-30s, low 40s. It depends on how many miles you have on it and where you're at. This one has 12,000 miles on it. I've owned it for 4 years, like I just said. 4 years this month, actually. And I've only had the one recall on the supercharger issue. I haven't had any other issues. None. Now, with that said, there are some things that I'm not happy with on it. They're very, very minor, but there are, and I believe it has to do with because it's a convertible. This header panel up here underneath, there's this piece, where the latch mechanism's at under here. Let me get the key out of there. This mechanism up here, there is a little rattle. I don't know if you can hear it. When you hit bumps, it kind of rattles a little bit sometimes. And by the way, ignore the stupid key recall where they separate these two. I don't know how you bump the ignition. I can't do it, no matter where I put the seat. I don't even know how it's possible. I don't even know, but they keep sending me this stupid notice. I don't even know how it's possible. Anyway, I'm still up in the air if I should keep it and for how long. Right now I'm happy with it. Like I said, it hasn't had any issues. I've enjoyed the hell out of it. It's very, very, I'm not going to say cheap, but very, very cost effective to maintain. You change your oil. I do it every 3,000 miles, which is only about once a year for me. So I usually do it every spring and let it run through the winter with the synthetic in it. I'm thinking about changing over to AMSOIL. Right now I run Mobil 1. I haven't had any issue with Mobil 1, but I'm thinking about switching over to AMSOIL. They're very easy to modify. Bolt-ons, you can gain a lot of power just from bolt-ons. Bolt-ons and tuning. You can't just slap stuff on and expect a bunch of power. You need to have it tuned. I would say I have a stage 1.5, so to speak. I have every single bolt-on without opening the motor. I got the pulley. Well, I wouldn't say not every bolt-on. I haven't changed the heat exchanger yet. I'm going to do that here soon. I haven't put an oil catch can on it yet. I'm about to do that, and I'll have a video on that one as well. But other than that, the pulley change, the injectors, plugs, wires, throttle body, ported superchargers now, Rotofab cold air intake with the Rotofab the coolant bottle for the the intercooler coolant bottle gives you an extra reservoir. I think it's about a gallon maybe extra. It helps dissipate heat, and then when I change over to the AFCO heat exchanger, that'll also help. Obviously, the more boost you make, excuse me, the more heat you're going to create, and that's what it's all about: removing or getting rid of that heat to make power. And like I said, these things make power really easy. And I'm telling you, if you're up in the air about buying a used one, find one that someone has taken care of. I would say mine has been taken care of, even though I do have the bolt-ons on it. I don't beat the crap out of it. Buy one. It is well worth the money. Especially, I've seen a couple of them with about 30,000 miles on it for 30 grand. That's a hell of a car for 30 grand. I get looks everywhere I go. I get people questioning. I mean, obviously, I just changed the wheels. And that's what I like to do with my cars. I like to do one thing at a time. I don't want to slam all the bolt-ons on it. I don't want to put all the modifications on it, because honestly, I'll get bored. And that's kind of one of the things with these cars is modifying it and changing it and like getting new wheels and tires for it. That's one mod I did. You know, changing the windows, that's another mod, you know. These are little things you do one at a time, and the car can last over its depreciation for you, and you can be happy with it. If you go through and slap a bunch of mods on a car and get it to where you think you want it to be in a very short period of time, I almost guarantee you're going to be bored with it. You will be bored with it. I've done it before, and I got rid of the car in a short period of time, and obviously you lose money when you do that. I am not at the point of this car where I'm done modifying it, and honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get rid of it. I may just keep this one as a keeper. You know, I don't ever plan on buying another convertible. I'm happy I got this one as a convertible, because I wouldn't have had the experience if I didn't. But I would never get a car like this in a convertible again. It's very, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. I can tell the car's convertible, even though the chassis is very rigid. I can tell. It does flex a little bit. Like I said, the top makes noise. But on those days, it's nice to put the top down and cruise. It's awesome, especially with the exhaust. You just get that full, loud exhaust effect. So, I'll do a video on the full mods, and I'll go over every single mod I have eventually. But for right now, this is just about a 4-year-old car I've enjoyed for 4 years. Minimal issues, actually 0 issues, other than the recall, and they just took care of it. It wasn't a problem. And I've had fun with this thing, and I continue to have fun with it. So let's get started up real quick. Now obviously you got to get a manual transmission. Cars like this, they have to be manual. Very, very simple car. There isn't a lot to it. Straightforward. I mean, it's got heads-up display and some minor things. You got your heated seats and stuff like that. You got your different modes, your driving modes. But other than that, there's nothing else. You know, very straightforward. I don't see this thing, even if any of this stuff does fail, I don't see it costing me very much money to repair it. It's going to be very, very cost effective to repair. I mean, I've purchased a few other components because of damage. There's still right here, got a truck missing. I bought one of those. I think it was 40 bucks. It was nothing. Skirts all the way around the car. Lower fascia right here. Just so happens one day on the way into work, I caught a cat, and it went right in here. Broke in here, right here. See? This whole piece right here, 90 bucks. The side ones, I did some work for a company that manufactures them, so I got those for free. The rear, I think, was 90 bucks. 90 to 100 bucks, something like that. So it's cheap. The parts are cheap. And it's a Chevy, so you know the motor's going to last. I mean, this thing's right now dynoing at the rear wheels. A little over 600 horsepower. Yeah, my daughter came outside, so she wanted to talk to me about something. So anyway, I had to go back and look at the video, see what we were talking about. We were talking about the dynoing on the car after doing all the bolt-ons and having it tuned. And it, like I said, it put down around 600 to the tires, which is, with a manual transmission, is about 710 horsepower on the motor. Maybe 720, somewhere around there. So that's pretty good. And it's very reliable. I mean, damn, this thing's still got, I think I got 19.5 miles to the gallon driving back and forth to North Carolina. Went to the Tail of the Dragon for the trip. I got some videos on that. You can go check them out. Yeah, this thing did great. Like I said, I'm still happy with it, and as of right now, I don't plan on selling it. You know, something could happen that could potentially cause me to sell it, but I don't plan on it. I plan on keeping it. And like I said, it's 4 years old and it's just about paid off. So it's pretty nice to own something like this and have what am I looking for? I have a lot of equity in the car, put it that way. So yeah, I'm happy with it. And these wheels sure did make a difference on the way it looks. That was a gamble. I wasn't too sure about the color, but I'm glad I did it. I really enjoy it. So that's it, I guess. I do not plan on selling it. You let me know what you think. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I keep it? Pay this one off and buy something else and just keep this as my my convertible muscle car and then look for more of a sports car type thing. I was actually looking at getting a M3. Or should I just get rid of this completely and buy like a Corvette or something like that? Because that was also another option. So let me know. Thanks for watching.